To start this video off, we have day 23 rip. Now for this one, I didn't go with just rip, I went with RIP, rest in peace. I really couldn't come up with anything to do with rip, so I turned it into rest in peace. So this one, I absolutely hate. I know hate's a strong word, but I really do not like this one at all. It really took all sorts of turns. Like this, what you see now is the sketch just turned into something completely different because I wasn't happy when I applied the accent color ink, which is the purple. It just, there's just nothing right about this. Like, I like this piece up until I do the purple accent color. I kind of wish that I never took this one any further other than what you see now. I should just kept it simple with a tombstone in the middle of a forest with someone who, you know, has been lost to the world, that no one knows even has died. She's just this poor, lonesome woman. And I really just, I don't know. It's just, we're nearly finished Inktober and I'm just making some real boo-boos at the moment with some of these. It's just like, kind of done. But yeah, I'm obviously not going to give up. We're so close to the end. So as you can see now, this silhouette of like this ghost figure, because the idea of this piece was to get like this ghostly woman figure. She's rising and she's haunting the forest. But because this took such a terrible turn and I had to create something sort of, you know, different, because it's about now I sort of really go into damage control and I just freak out and I'm thinking, how the hell am I going to fix this? Because this just looks like a complete dog's breakfast. So I start sketching another sort of figure in there, and then I just go in and just outline it with white. So this story then transitions to this woman. She has been given a second chance at life, and as she's coming up, her spirit is transforming back into a human, which is hence the reason why her hands and her face are more opaque than the rest of it, because she is getting this second chance because she really did not deserve this early death. So yeah, this is just one terrible piece, unfortunately, and I ended up just using the white gel pen as just like a watercolor because like I said, I freaked out. I completely freaked out and just started doing the best that I could. And then I go in and finish this piece off with these like pretty little bubbles coming up, just to give it, you know, just to try and give it some definition and interest. And yeah, that's the only way I can sum up this piece. It's probably the worst one I've done this Inktober, and I'm not too impressed with it, but there is my day 23 rip. So day 24 is dig, and what I did for this one is this is another one I shake my head at, because I have just done some really weird shit in this one. So what it is a monster, a really, really creepy ass monster, and what he has done is he's killed a human. But instead of eating it, because, you know, everyone's under the impression that monsters eat humans, he doesn't eat humans. He doesn't like them. He only eats other monsters. And yeah, so he's killed this human that he just does not like because he's just been a complete obnoxious, you know, idiot or whatever, you know, just pretend he's just like this horrible human. So he decided to wrap him up in a sheet and just dispose of the evidence. And yeah, the problem I've got with this, like, I do like this piece. I like the monster. I really do like every aspect about this one, but the perspective of the hole to the ground is completely wrong. So yeah, like, you've got the hole and it looks like it's seeing from the side view, and then where the monster's standing, the perspective is just completely out, and it's like two different worlds from where the monster's standing to the hole. And yeah, it just panned out like that, and I left it. And yeah, just ignore that. Just completely ignore what the perspectives are there. It's two different kind of worlds. You've got the whole perspective, then you've got where he's standing, and I know they're different angles. Just don't look at it. So yeah, that's what this one is all about. And once again, I ended up covering quite a bit of real estate with the white gel pen again. I covered that whole human sheet wrapped in, the sheet thing in white gel pen. And then I went through and put some white on the monster. And I used an orange accent ink color for the monster. I felt like it was very fitting for him. I just colored some of the sections, like his head and the plate on his shoulder and his pelvis. I just did them orange. I wasn't going to do the whole lot of him orange, but yeah, just a few pieces on there. But yeah, all in all, I do like this one. It's just I have a perspective issue with the ground versus the hole, but we'll just ignore that and we'll move on. This is my day 24 dig. Yeah, I don't know what was going on with the lighting too with this piece. What actually ended up happening was the camera was really picking up this whole thing and making the whole scene really, really dark. And I only assume it's because the piece was a really, really dark piece, and it was just, I don't know, it was doing weird things with the camera. So that's why you'll notice it go really dark in certain spots. But I couldn't help that. I don't know what was going on. The camera was not happy. The last illustration in this video is day 25, Buddy. Now, this one I really like. I think this one's quite funny. So what I ended up doing was, this was the first thing that popped into my head too, was like this mushroom like it's a little mushroom creature, and then it's got a little snail friend, and they are both evil. So what they're doing is they're buddies. They just love hanging out, and they are just looking at each other with these evil looks on their faces, and they're just going, well, let's go and cause some shit somewhere. Let's go and just run amok somewhere. So that's basically what they're doing. They're on their way to causing some mischief somewhere. And yeah, I really had a bit of a chuckle with this one, because like you've got the snail and he's wrapping himself around his buddy. He's like just wants to give him a hug, and they're just having a bit of a moment before they go and do something mischievous. And the mushroom, the look on his face is like he's just totally psyching out, because he's just like, oh my god, we're gonna have the best time going and doing some crazy ass shit and pissing some people off. So yeah, that's as I was drawing this, I was sort of really coming up with the story in my head for this, and I thought it was cute. It's just they're just friends, and they just like to cause some mischief and do crazy things. And what made me laugh is the snail's like got these teeth, and he's coming around and he's sort of like covered up half his eye, and yeah, it's just fun. It's just a funny illustration to me. It's probably not to you guys, but it is to me. It gives me a bit of a chuckle, just the looks on their faces, well, the look on the mushroom's face anyway. So yeah, so that's what this one is about. They're just two buddies going to cause some grief somewhere. So I used the bright orangey red accent ink color for this one, and I just colored in the mushroom top just for that little pop of color. And I ended up screwing up the line where the snail's like eye part, little tentacle eye part in the mushroom meat. I ended up doing the line across the eye, and I do my best to try and hide that, because that was a little bit of a screw up. And what I have found with this is, as I've been on this journey of just doing these inks with the accent color, is if you go in with the black ink and you apply all the shading first, and then you put the accent ink color on top, you can see, because it's so transparent, you can see that black ink coming through, and it gives the tones on the accent color on the ink. So I've really learnt that with this, and yeah, instead of just going in with some more ink and just darkening it up, I just put in the black ink to do the shading. And you can see here now, that's, yeah, you can see that black ink coming through and giving that shading. And yeah, I really liked that effect. So that's one thing I've learned. It's probably something very simple and basic, but I have only learned that in this Inktober. So we're getting close. We're getting very close to the end. So yeah, it's been such a fun journey with this one, and I've learned a lot more, and yeah, it's been good. So yeah, that's all I've got to say for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed yeah, these ones, except for the first one, because that one was really cruddy. But I am out of here, and I will see you guys in the next Inktober video. Bye.